I know. Yep. Yeah. You're welcome. Alright, have a good day. Sorry, that was spam. Where were we again? Enough. You've wasted years of my life with this nonsense. Alright. Was thunderstorm. So, where were we? Glad you asked. After making my Newgrounds account and getting inspired by many artists, I decided to try making Flash movies myself. My first movie, Eskimo Bob's Numa Numa, was banned. Deleted off the website. My second movie, a remake of it, was also banned. The Clock Crew inspired me, and I wanted to be Racer Clock, but I needed to prove myself first. Sure, my next film, Swiper Snipes Back, was banned, but Clock Day rolled around, so I stopped my work and made Strawberry Clocks loop real fast, which passed actually. But only due to Clocks spamming 5s. That wasn't good enough for me, but thankfully my next real Flash, John and Joe 1, passed on its own merits. So I joined the Clock Crew and became a Racer Clock. But that was taken. So I became Pit Clock. But you weren't really a clock. Yeah, I was a clock friend. Around this time, the Clock Crew were getting a ton of new members. The clocks didn't want these noobs embarrassing them or to access their secret forum. So they created the clockification system, where you could be nominated for clockification. If voted in your favor, you would be considered an official clock. Sounds lame. That's what you think. But it motivated me to keep going. Now I have 2 films in development. A huge Kirby parody, and a Pin Clock movie. Things were looking up for me now.
We are in the Clock Crew next year.
But why?
Because you're weird and your breath stinks.
Now I'd later learn they were joking, I think. But it felt serious at the time. Thankfully, I made some friends. Cole Clock, he was a much better artist than me.
Sup?
And Barbed Wire. He's hard.
Where's my praise?
So I got to work on a new project. Actually 2 of them. But for this one, Cole gave me a huge makeover. I even put up a casting call, which got a lot of responses. And so, I made the movie I thought would save the Clock Crew. It passed, but I thought we were going to be wrong.
Oh, original. It was done and so are you.
But you know, I took it in stride.
It was done and so are you.
Thank you, God.
You're welcome.
End.
Hey, I just wanted you to draw that prose.
Oh, so that didn't work. But now I was working on 4 projects.
Tom Folk is hosting the Clock Crew's website. Tom Folk is hosting the Clock Crew's website.
I, Tom Folk, will be hosting the Clock Crew's website.
Let's make something to sing in.
So just like Clock Day, not much time made, posted. Tom Folk saves the day.
You're safe now, everyone.
That was like the funniest spoof of Tom. And yes, he really is like that.
But no clockification yet. So back to work on my projects. Oh, my new friend Tequila even helped me on my Kirby one.
But your breath still stinks.
Fine, here's me eating mints. Now go away.
Why didn't you just brush your teeth?
None of my 4 projects. Only one of them was ever finished. My Spanish project, John and Joe 2. Which school let me show to every class.
It all began in 1492 when Chris Columbus was determined.
Meanwhile, Barb invited me to a new group he was getting into. The Moon Squad.
You betrayed the Clock Crew?
Of course not. I only joined as a spy, Strawberry Moon. But my first animation anniversary was coming up, and I wanted to make something for that.
You still need to work on your art.
I know.
Hey Pin. You still haven't made anything for the Moon Squad yet. If you don't make something soon, your butt is out of the group.
Yeah, sure.
Cooking is so fun. Cooking is so fun. Now it's time to take a break and see what we have done.
You piece of shit!
Nice job pissing people off. Here are the keys to the castle.
Moon Squad burn! You cannot kill Strawberry Clock! Strawberry Clock is the king of the portal! Yeah, burn! Clock, clock,
Should we tell him?
Nah, it's funnier this way.
Ouch. That only upset the clock, so back to the drawing board. I also graduated from middle school. It was sad leaving all of that behind, but I had a Clock Day movie to make.
I will not surrender, Strawberry Clock.
Have it your way then, bitch.
Hey, good job.
It was good. I liked it. With rave reviews like that, you must have been clockified.
Still no. Now I had high school to worry about. I made another project film, this time about meth. No one cared this time though.
I thought it was cool.
This was Justin. He loved things like Blockhead and Batman Spider-Man. He was interested in joining the Clock crew. So he became Repeat Clock. With a new friend at my side, maybe this will help.
What do you think of dragons being real? I've seen fossil evidence of it, so it could be having sex with cars. What?
Dragons having sex with cars.
I'm out.
But I didn't let that deter me. My next project, How Did Clock Stole Clockmas, was going to be my biggest yet. At over 9 minutes long, this masterpiece was sure to win them over. Surely this will get me clock.
What?
They took away clockification.
Clockification is CISIS stand for the CISIS community. It creates CISIS own CISIS groups CISIS and takes CISIS newcomers CISIS away. If you are in the CISIS circle CISIS, you'll never become a clock. We must CISIS delete it and make all clock things CISIS clock CISIS.
They fucking took it away. That's how I became Pin Clock. No victories, no triumphs, it just happened. Do I just not get to prove myself? How can I know if I'm good enough when the world is just oh so fucking accepting of everything and everyone? It wasn't about being included. It was about being skilled enough and that acknowledgement was taken from me. But who am I kidding? I never made anything praiseworthy. Hell, those books.
You know we only like those books because they skipped class, right?
Yeah.
My work's not wanted, no. Has much more importance elsewhere, and the world will see my greatness. What a load of horseshit.
You've won the wars.
You mean the ones that come with being a clock movie on Clock Day? Don't you remember they vote 5 on everything? If I were actually good, I do that regularly. It's nothing but constantly animating, as even if I'll never be good at what I do, at least I'll be better. Not that anyone cares.
I care about
No, you fucking don't. I haven't talked to your ass in years. You're just a puppet for me to bounce off of. For all my efforts in the clock crew, can I even say I'm in it? It's not like I talk to anyone. All I do is work on my shit. Even when I'm told I'm doing well, I can't believe it. Oh, it's Clock Day. Spread the joy. No one says the truth, but at least I know I'm terrible. Everything's just a fucking charade and I shouldn't have even tried.
Then quit.
Then let my ideas fucking die. I can't imagine dying without accomplishing everything I want to create. Sacrifice I'm willing to make, but I'll never be good enough no matter how hard I try. In trying so hard to make something people might care about, no one cares. But if I give up, what then? Without my art I'd truly be nobody. I've had enough. Let me rot in peace.
Oh no you don't. You say all this shit, show off, and act like nothing matters because you're unnoticed. Grow the fuck up. Just because you never got a thumbs up, 18 years ago? Doesn't mean you haven't already. Prove yourself multiple times over. You are a clock. So long as you enjoy what you are doing and strive to improve, that's all that matters. That's what being a clock is about. You're more than just an official clock. You are Pin Clock.
Oh, thanks. I'm sorry I lost my temper there.
Don't mention it.
Don't let me write shit like that again.
Please don't. Look how beautiful it is outside.
I thought the storm was supposed to last another year.
Well, people are on all the time.
Well, you're right there.
Wanna hang out at my house?
No way! I've got a Clock Day movie to make.
So long as you're happy, I suppose.
Tomorrow's a new chapter, Pin Clock.
Tomorrow's a new chapter.